Hurry, dear. Good shot, Daddy. Nice shot.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. On our way out the door to go to dinner. Dinner came to us. Now, as you saw from the video, Howie got us a partridge. And we were watching a program from the BBC called Wartime Farm. And they were telling people, getting people to use every bit of animals. It was during World War II when, let's get this off of here. Anyway, they were encouraging people to use everything, including the feathers of the birds. So I'm going to see if I can't make a feather duster. Now I'm going to put these smaller ones on the inside to plump it up because there really isn't a whole lot of feathers here. I have a nice spool of brown thread. And I'm just going to start. I've got a dead stick that I've broken off a branch. And I am just going to start winding this thread around the feathers. And you do it individually. If you try and tie them all at once, they would fall out because the thread has to grip each individual feather. Alright, we'll be back when I go a little farther. Now, as you can see, I'm making some progress. And the trick to this is getting each feather. It is, Mom just pointed out, it's a pretty tedious job. But, if you're going to do something, as my father used to say, you're going to do it right. So each feather is getting wrapped to the shaft with some thread. And I have some nice red knitting yarn here I'll finish it off with when I'm done. But as you can see, I'm up to the bigger feathers now, and this seems pretty sturdy. So I'm just going to take them, and if there's any curve to the feather, you want them curving out. So here's one I've already wrapped, and here we're just going to hold that with our thumb, and we're just going to wrap, starting at the bottom and working up and just to the feather part. You just want to wrap the quill and the shaft of the quill at the bottom. That one looks a little broken, so I'm going to give it some extra thread. But we'll be back when I'm ready to dress it up with a bit of red yarn on the bottom. Okay, I've got the last of my feathers in, and I'm tying this off. And you're not going to be able to see this because it's just light thread, but I'll show you with the yarn. I'm kind of taking my hand and I'm making a crochet stitch, like a chain, and I'm bringing it up over the head of the duster, and then I'm just pulling it so that it's kind of like a blanket stitch. And I've done that about 4 times, and I'm going to snip it off, and then I'm just going to show you what I did with some of this red knitting yarn. Here's that, what I was telling you about. We're going to take this, we're going to turn it, and I'm going to go down, and I'm going to grab this, and there we have like a chain knot, and I'm going to bring it out and over and tighten it. Now let's start with the tail end so that it's in there, and once we start wrapping the other thread, it will just tie it in place. Okay, so we're just going to wind, and you really want this fairly tight. I did it with the thread as tight as I could without breaking it. Okay, now you see what I've done here? I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to grab the loose end like so, and I'm just going to pull it over here, and then I'm going to give it a tug. Oops, it's caught, of course. Oh, of course. That's what I get for trying to be fancy. But you know what? Look, just going to do this. Just for a little bit of color. And then we're going to take the tail end and we're going to take it over the feather duster and we're going to pull, and it's in a knot. And a knot, a good stout knot so it doesn't pull back through. And folks, Bob's your uncle, a quite serviceable, very sturdy partridge tail and wing feather duster. Why would you spend money on a Swiffer with a plastic handle and polyester fibers when you could, the next time your husband goes hunting or the next time you pluck a chicken, you could have your very own feather duster? This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, hey, why not?